Mining and Energy Minister Gwede Mantashe says he's concerned about violence in the unregulated small-scale mining industry. This follows the killing of a young couple on the Putfontein Bridge in Benoni, which put the spotlight on the work of small-scale miners, also known as Zama Zamas. Now, Mantashe was speaking at the Junior Mining Indaba in Auckland Park today. Our business reporter Aviwe Mtila was there. He joins us now in studio. And let's talk about what the minister is saying about Zama Zamas first.
Well, Shahan, first things first, he didn't mince his words in actually mentioning that Zama Zamas are a criminal activity. The act of them going in there and bringing out, not being licensed and so on, they are a criminal activity. He even went on to mention that last year alone, 2018, they lost 41 billion, the mining industry lost 41 billion to illicit precious metals. Of course, it is an issue, as we saw last week, with the couple that lost their lives. And we saw my colleague Mazala down there doing an interview, and actually we heard shots ring. So he is looking to take stern action. He did mention conversations that he's been having with the Minister of the South African Police Services, and of course now he does say that he wants a minerals unit within the South African Police Services. Let's listen in on what he had to say himself.
Zama Zamas, illicit precious metal trading, first and foremost, is a criminal activity. It's not a mining activity. And it must be dealt with as such. We are working on a formal artisanal mining. To be formalized in South Africa, we work on it, we give licenses to small-scale miners. That is a better option. But mineral theft cannot be termed any differently. It is theft, it is criminal, and that's it. After a long discussion with the Minister of Police, we're now in agreement that there is a problem, and what I would show to him is that we should have a mineral unit in the police service.
What's he saying about the mining sector and its impact on the GDP's decline?
Well, actually, that question, the results from Stats SA themselves came out while we were during that media briefing. So immediately when I got the results, it's one of the questions that I posed to him there and then, and he did say that he's not going to comment on the back of his hoofs, basically. So he said he'll go back into meetings and then give comment thereafter. But the people that were there, they say basically the mining industry is a sunset industry in its current form. I remember even Peter Major, one of the experts there, telling me that he compared it to a V8 engine, saying that now it's on its fifth or even fourth cylinder, basically. But what we do understand when we look at the mining year-on-year mining production, over the last year, it decreased by 1.1%. February was where it was hit hardest, 8.1%. Of course, there we saw spates of Eskom load shedding. We weren't so uncertainty around NERSA and the pricing of electricity. Also, we saw it was the fourth month of the ongoing 5-month wage disputes within Goldfields. So we had a union strike, basically.
Yeah. So now, of course, he has energy under his portfolio. He's no longer just mineral resources minister. He has energy as well. There are talks about, of course, coal versus renewable energy. What's he saying about that?
Well, it says it is a debate that could actually kill both sectors. It says that it needs to be integrated. The discussion should be more about energy supply security rather than having them both separated. He did also mention that he won't be deviating much from his predecessors because they come from the ANC. So essentially, he will keep up with the IRP, the Integrated Resource Plan. But let's listen in on what he had to say on that front.
The debate has taken a posture in South Africa that you kill coal, you grow renewables. It's coal versus renewables. And I think that worries me because it can kill both sectors. Instead of changing the debate from coal and renewables into energy supply security. Because that debate is broader than just coal and renewables. When I was not a Minister of Energy, I raised the issue that our IRP was silent on nuclear. And I asked a question that the fact that we suspected that the Russian deal was going to be corrupt, does that mean we should throw away a technology that is necessary for this stage of development, only on that basis. And my own view is that let's bring back a debate that talks about energy supply security rather than coal versus renewables.
So another debate. We'll leave it right there. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Our reporter Aviwe Mtila.